Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Oblong Polka Dots and my name is Kerr, and on this channel we talk about makeup, skincare, and beauty. So if that's something you're into, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to go ahead and use the ColourPop Charm School palette, and it does not come with a mirror, but this is what it looks like. Oops, is this showing up okay? I think so. So what it makes this palette interesting is that it's relatively cool toned, but you can see that it also has a little bit of warmth with these browns right here. So I don't think I have a palette that has this kind of mix, so we're going to give it a try. As usual, I'm going to prime my face. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. And I've said this in several other videos, but I'll mention it again. I did not like this primer at first, but now that I've been using it more and more, I like it a lot more. Go ahead and do some of that. Let's move this a little bit. Okay. There we go. And my skin's already prepped. Like, it's already moisturized and got my treatments on and everything underneath. So that was already done first. Okay, so skin is primed. Next we are going to, I'm not going to use the Essence Primer today. Instead, I'm going to prime my eyes with a little crayon here, or a pencil. So this one's from CoverGirl. It's from the True Naked Queenship collection. And this color is, I have no idea. I think it's 930. It's the number on the back. So we're going to use that. And this is what it looks like. That's what we're going to use to prime the lid. I'm not pulling the color all the way to the end because once I blend everything out, it'll just come out that way. And I learned that from Wayne Goss, who's a phenomenal makeup artist. I think I learned most of the techniques that I use from him. And if I didn't learn them from him, I learned them from Jackie Ina. So there you go, name dropping. First thing in the morning, name dropping. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the palette. I normally do a gradient, so what I'm going to do is it goes from lightest to darkest. So let's pick a light color and a dark color. I think I'm going to use this color right here at the top called I'm Sure. And then for the outer corner, I think I'm going to use Grace, this one right here. And then on my mobile lid, I'm going to use the Heart Tag, this one. So I'm going to grab a flat brush, just a plain flat brush. And we're going to start off with that nice brown color right here. The reason I wanted to use a colored crayon today as my primer is I really wanted to make sure that whatever I put on my lid stayed relatively true to color for this tone of palette being a little bit cool. There we go. I'm just patting this on my lid. I'm not actually spreading anything around. You can see what that looks like. Let's do this eye. There we go. All right, and then smooth this out a little bit, and we'll smooth that out a little bit. And there we go. What do you think? Just a nice cool tone brown. So now we're going to go in with that outer corner color, the Grace, and I'm using the same brush, same side. Just going to dip that in there. Oh, nice. Wow. ColourPop shadows do not disappoint. Their pressed pigments are really nice. And this is a pressed pigment, but it's got glitter in it. So it's not necessarily a glitter shadow so much as it's a pressed pigment with some glitter in it. This is nice. And it's going on quite smoothly. Look at that. So easy. They make it so easy, you guys. ColourPop just, I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's working. This is probably why they're able to come out with 10 million palettes a year, and I don't ever get sick of it. See that? We're going to clean all the up on the edge in a minute. So now let's go ahead and grab that last shade. It's the Hot Tag, this one right here. I do have some fallout with that outer corner color Grace, so just be aware of that if you do have this palette, or if you're thinking about getting it. There was very little fallout with I'm Sure. So, not sure if you can see that on camera. All right, so let's go ahead and do same brush, but it's on the other side now. I'm going to pop that right here. And again, I'm just pressing it in. I'm not actually blending anything. And if I wanted to, I would have put on the NYX Glitter Primer to really make this color pop, but that's not the look I'm going for this morning. I just wanted to have something that was relatively neutral that looked nice. And I think we're going to accomplish that this morning with this palette. These shadows are so pretty. This is one of those palettes that you can reach for on a daily basis and just put together a nice look for work. It's neutral, it's unobtrusive, it doesn't, it's not like over the top, you know? There we go. Just something really basic. Basic is okay too, you guys. Basic is just fine. Let's go ahead and smooth out those edges a little bit. I just have a brush here that has no color on it. And I know I mentioned this a lot, but I'm not going in an arc, I'm going in a line because I want to pull the shade out to create an angle. So we're just blending this out towards the edge of my eyebrow. And that helps to create an angle. Can you see that? Same with this side. We're just going to pull it out in a nice straight line to create an angle. So then you end up sort of with a trapezoid that has round edges. And that's what makes that really nice angled look. Because you still have that shadow there. See that? Okay, that's good. Let's blend this up a little bit. Smooth it out. Okay, so now let's go in with a little bit of primer, or excuse me, a little bit of concealer. So I have this one from Lancome. It has me in a chokehold. You'll see it in every video. It's the Teint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. Mine is in the shade 470 for my winter / spring color. I have this in 2 other shades as well. One is my summer shade, and then the other one is lighter than the both of them so that I can mix it in for when I'm transitioning between one season to another. Just going to cover that up. I don't typically use a color corrector. The circles under my eyes are hereditary, so I don't necessarily have a problem with them, but I do like to brighten the area a bit. So with that being on, let's go ahead and grab a sponge. I like to use a dry sponge. I'm just going to pat that in. This is such a beautiful concealer, and it plays really well with every foundation I've paired it with. So, and you can totally wear it alone. That's why it's called the All Over. You can use this to, you can use this like a foundation if you want to. It's not, I mean, it's pretty expensive to use as a foundation because it's like 29 bucks right now for that little tube. But if you're in a pinch and you just need to use something, then this will work just fine. And if you want, you can just wear it alone because it blends in. It looks like skin. Can you see that? Just looks like skin. It really is probably the nicest concealer that I own. And although I have other concealers, this is the one that I just keep going back to. There's something about it. I don't even know what it is. It's just, it's really very skin-like. So let's finish this off. We're going to go ahead and grab the, oops, already making a mess, y'all. I'm going to grab this Makeup Forever HD foundation. Mine is in the shade 3N54, and in parentheses, it's 463. Looks like this. And this foundation really is skin-like. It's so pretty. I'm just going to put 2 pumps in the back of my hand, which is plenty. I'm going to grab that same sponge. I'm just going to dot this on my face, and then we'll get it blended in. There we go. I think that if you're not a huge foundation fan, if you really are looking for maybe one staple, one standby in the higher range, it's the Makeup Forever. There's so many shades and so many tones that you will find the right shade for you. And they've been doing that forever. They were long before it was popular. They had shades for all skin tones, from very, very fair to deep chocolatey brown. So they really have perfected this over the years, and I appreciate that they've always considered the fact that there's more than one skin tone and shade out there. There we go. Do you see how that looks really skin-like? This foundation is an absolute dream. It is so beautiful. There we go. Okay, I think that's blended in nicely. Let's pop that in the jar so we'll get that cleaned up later. And all right, so now I want to go ahead and put some liner on. This one is from Urban Decay. It's called Demolition. I use this all the time. I think it's my favorite brown, aside from the one from NYX. And I'm just going to go in. And I'm going to pull that up to my waterline, just underneath my lash. And I do this to make my lashes look thicker. Okay, can you see that? I don't typically line my bottom lash line because I feel like it ages me when I do that, so I don't do that. And then really quick, I'm going to take this flat brush right here, and I'm going to take this brown that I used earlier and the other brown I used earlier and mix those and use those for my bottom lash line. So just underneath. Just going to pull it in like this. And then that kind of takes the place of if I were to use a liner, right? And again, I'm going just beneath my lash line. So I'm still keeping a nice wide eye. Just like that. And let's go in and powder. So this is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. They don't make this anymore. This company is defunct. It's my favorite powder. I mention it in every video. And eventually I won't be able to mention it in every video because it'll be gone. But for now, I'm just going to use it up to the very last drop. Let's go ahead and set my face. I don't like to use too much powder under my eyes. So let's do that. But definitely around the oilier parts, right here in that T-zone and here on my nose. Okay, so that's the powder. And then let's go ahead and set, actually, let's do some blush really quick. This one's from Morena Beauté. This is called Sweet Brown. This blush has me in a chokehold. I absolutely love it. So pretty. Look at that. Isn't that nice? It's beautiful. And it goes on beautifully. And I can't get enough of it. It comes up rather peachy on my skin, and I like that look. It's like that kind of peachy, warm, terracotta sort of look. And yeah, it's definitely buildable, which I also really like because I feel like then I have a lot more control over it and I don't go too overboard with it. Can you see it? It's like just a nice, warm, peachy color. And I think it's very flattering and it looks pretty. Okay, now let's spray our face and then we'll finish up with the eyes and lips. Really quick. Hold on. Really, really, really quick. Let's do this. I don't always fill in my brows because my brows are tattooed. However, today, I think I will. We'll just do a little bit. I have a couple, just little sparse areas. Not a lot. Just a couple few. There we go. All right, now we can spray. So I like to use the Cryolin spray. This one is the setting spray, ultra setting spray. I have a lot of bottles of this because I love it. If you do buy it, something to be aware of is it's very, very strong. So the alcohol is really strong. And if you're super sensitive to that, you may want to think twice about buying the setting spray. But when I tell you it locks in your look for the day, it locks in your look for the day. Like, locks it. Okay, now I have this mascara from Essence. It's called the False Lash Mascara. It's the Extreme Volume and Curl. My favorite mascara from Essence is Lash Princess. I think that's probably one of the best mascaras I've ever used. I'm just going to pop this on. Do you see that? Look at how like volumizing that is. Gotta be careful not to poke my eye out. And typically I don't need to dip the wand back into the tube 4,000 times. I just pull it straight from the tube and start to apply. And there's plenty of product that ends up on the brush itself. So I don't have to worry about introducing a lot of bacteria into the tube by doing that thing that people do where they like pump it back and forth. This one though that I have right now is probably almost done. I typically throw my mascara out relatively frequently, and that's part of the reason why I don't often buy the higher end mascaras, because I go through enough mascara that I don't necessarily want to spend my money like that. Plus, quite frankly, the drugstore mascaras are really good. They're just really good. See how that looks? Okay, lastly, let's go for a lip, and then I'll clean up that little mess that I have underneath there. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see it in person. So we'll let that dry while we're doing the lip. So for the lip today, I'm going to use a NYX lip liner, and it's called 810 Natural. And let's sharpen this a little bit. It's a little bit dull. Okay. There we go. We're just going to line the lips. I just wanted to keep my lip relatively neutral compared to my eye. because it's the eye that I wanted to really draw attention to. And the gloss that I'm using today is by Fenty. It's called Fussy, which is such a cute name for a gloss. And that's it. Let's clean up this eye and we'll be done. Not bad for 20 minutes, huh? And with me chit-chatting with you guys. Let's see. It's going to take this. It's going to sweep that away. So if you get mascara on your face by accident, it's fine. Just let it dry first and then take a Q-tip and you can just wipe it away without leaving a mess. And that, my friends, is the look. What do you think? I hope you like it. Thanks for coming to my channel. I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.